Hello, Jamie from Fuel Moto. Going to talk a little bit today about our cam bearing install and removal tool. We have these available for Milwaukee-8 in twin cam engines. It can be identified by the Milwaukee-8 tool has one hole in the plate, and the twin cam version has two. The parts that come with the kit are going to be the mounting plate, the bearing driver, has 4 thumb screws to secure the plate to the engine case, and the most important part is the collet. How this works is it basically collet inserts through the inner cam bearing, and you're going to extract it out of the case. You want to make sure that the threads are nice and clean on both parts, and also you want to apply a little bit of lubricant to the threads and the end of the collet. So once the collet is inserted through the bearing, you're basically going to screw this counterclockwise, and it will pull the bearing out of the case. It takes minimal effort to get the collet into the bearing. A lot of times you can push it in by hands, or a couple of gentle taps with a mallet is going to tap it right through. The following video I'm going to do is going to be on an engine, and we're going to show you first here kind of the function of the tools and how that works here. So what you want to do is you want to take the tool and screw the collet about 1.25 inches through the plate. Once it's through the plate, you'll be able to go up to the engine and align that with the bearing. And you're going to want to, like I said, give it a couple gentle taps, or a lot of times you can just push it right through the bearing with minimal effort. Don't go through real hard. And once it's in there, you're going to be able to see, or feel rather, that it's through the bearing. So kind of pull it back and forth a little bit, give it a spin, it's going to spin freely. The next part's a really important step, is before you extract the bearing, you have to insert the T-pin. And what that does is it locks the collet in place for a more positive engagement on the bearing. And it's still going to turn real freely. And once you have the T-pin in place, and you verified that the bearing has a positive engagement, you're going to make sure the thumb screws are attached to the engine case, and then you're going to go ahead and turn this counterclockwise, and it's going to extract the bearing for the case. So on the next step is going to be installing the bearing. So you'll pull the T-pin out and take the plate off the case, of course, and you're going to want to make sure, this is a very important step as well, leave the inner cam bearing on the collet, because that's going to prevent the collet from opening up when you drive the new bearing in. So the next step, you'll take and install the driver into the collet, leaving the old cam bearing in place, and you'll have to screw it out a bit. Install the new cam bearing onto the tool, and you can see on this driver, it's machined to set the inner cam bearing at the correct depth in the case. So you'll install the thumb screws, and then you'll go ahead and clockwise, you'll turn that in till you feel it bottom out on the case. And once you have that done, basically pull the thumb screws off, and you're all finished.